I'm KT and welcome to KT Encourages. I appreciate you stopping by today for day 17 of our Bible reading plan. Today's scriptures come from Genesis chapters 16 through 18. And I have to tell you that Genesis chapter 16 is one of my favorite chapters in the Old Testament. Now, despite Abram and Sarai trying to make their little side plan, what I love about this chapter is how God goes to Hagar in her time of need. He blesses her and promises her a son who will be named Ishmael, which means God hears. In response, she gave God a name as well because he saw her and she said, "I have now seen the one who sees me." Hey, buddy.
Hey.
In chapter 17, God makes another covenant with Abram. We learn about circumcision, and God changes Abram's name to Abraham and Sarai's name to Sarah. God reminds Abraham that he's going to bless him with a son despite Abraham and Sarah's age. In chapter 18, Abraham is visited by 3 men, one of which is the Lord, and Abraham intercedes on behalf of his nephew Lot. My God shot is in Genesis chapter 18, verses 9 through 15. "Where is Sarah, your wife?" the visitors asked. "She's inside the tent," Abraham replied. Then one of them said, "I will return to you about this time next year, and your wife Sarah will have a son." Sarah was listening to this conversation from the tent. Abraham and Sarah were both very old by this time, and Sarah was long past the age of having children. So she laughed silently to herself and said, "How could a worn-out woman like me enjoy such pleasure, especially when my master, my husband, is also so old?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Why did she say, 'Can an old woman like me have a baby?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return about this time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she denied it, saying, "I didn't laugh." But the Lord said, "No, you did laugh." God is all-knowing or omniscient. He knew what was going on with Hagar. He knew that Sarah laughed, and he knew the sins of the people in Sodom and Gomorrah. He literally knows everything. So who better to take your questions, concerns, and fears to? God is all-knowing. So what was your God shot? Please feel free to share in the comments because I would love to know your perspective about God's word. That was day 17. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, take care and stay encouraged.